I believe that I have everything inside of me to become that person. And I'm willing to have more faith than fear. I'm willing to walk through the fire to be able to see that I am resilient, that I can grow, that I have people to count on as part of my community. And community is different for different people. We're going to ask everyone to like, share, and comment on our episodes, because that's a way for us to engage with you. What are the things that you liked about our conversations? What are the things that you thought were like, you guys were way off? We want to know those things. We want to engage with you. And I'm going to say, the question that I'm going to end with is, what's one change in your life that you're seeing different as a result of our conversation today? What did we do to move you from here to there based on our conversation of change?
Thank you for that question for everybody that's listening. And my question would be also about is, what is the single biggest challenges you're having right now, recognizing change or improvement in your life? Because sometimes we need to ask that question to ourselves and other people and see what shows up for you. But what is that single biggest challenge for you right now in your life that you probably would love us to probably hit up and talk about? Put it in the chat in the comment section. We're definitely gonna wrap on that one, because like I tell you, I read a lot of books, and sometimes I feel like I just need people to talk to, ask me hard questions so I can answer, because this brain is always turning. Even when I talk to my clients, sometimes I'm like, I just need a problem to solve. Some days I'm like, man, give me a problem to solve. I want a problem to solve. And sometimes that comes from the people that I want to be a hero to, that having some of those same challenges. So if we got to wrap up today, Jess, what is your biggest takeaway from this conversation?
What is my biggest takeaway from, I think what I said before, change is inevitable, but improvement is intentional. I think that is really the biggest takeaway. We can't stop change even if we wanted to. I had a boss back in the day, probably like 25 years ago, and he said to me one time, and it was such a weird thing for him to say, but it really made the most sense. Get ready for this one. He said, the only people that like change are babies, that they want their diaper changed. And I was like, that is so true, because no matter good change that's indifference, change that's bad, people aren't comfortable with change, but babies are. So I want us all to think about change is inevitable, whether you want it to happen or not. It's a part of evolution, of growing, of transforming. How you see and react to that change is what makes the difference.
Can you experience change but see no improvements? It is totally possible.
Yeah.
You just gotta know to recognize it. So here's the final thought for you guys listening today. So if you've been feeling stuck despite all the changes happening in your life, maybe it's time to stop asking, why isn't this working? And start asking, what is this working on me or working on within me? Because the moment you shift your focus, you might realize that improvement has been happening all along. Like, life is always improving. One of the opening part of my book I'm working on too is like the idea that you came here like with nothing. So you're always on the profit side of life. That means life is always adding, it's always an addition. It doesn't matter what happened in life, right? Even if a bad thing happened, it's still an addition, because that's a story you get to tell. So the addition thing is always happening. There's no minus happening, because every day you get up, you get another extra day. That's like this year so far, count the dates. It's been counting. Those are extra days, those are addition in your life. So there's always growth and progress, improvement.